Okay. Good morning, students. Today we are going to see module number 4, synchronous generator. This is lecture number 28, introduction and construction. So synchronous generator, it is the AC type generator, and it is comes under synchronous machine. Synchronous machine, and this generator will be operated by only by constant speed, and you see this picture shows the generator will be used in power stations, power generating stations. This generator, we know the machine will convert, it is a device which converts electrical into mechanical energy. If it converts electrical into mechanical, that is motor. The motor will convert electrical to mechanical energy. Okay, but generator will convert mechanical into electrical energy. Okay, so this generator, it is called electrical generator, which is having two parts, stator and rotor. There are various types of electric generators which is available in the market, that is direct current generators, alternating current generators, vehicular generators, human power generators, which will be used in hospitals. What is meant by a synchronous generator? It is a AC generator which is usually called as alternator. Okay, it is a AC generator or usually called as alternator. It is nothing but it is a rotating machine that rotates at fixed speed by supply frequency and number of poles. Okay, fixed speed. Okay, here this generator will be operating at only by fixed speed. Fixed speed means ns equal to 120 fs by p. Okay, and ns which is equal to nr. Okay, fixed speed means it is a constant speed machine. Okay, so synchronous generator, it is the call it as AC generator, or it will be called as alternator. Okay, this generator, it is a rotating machine that rotate at fixed speed by supply frequency and number of pole. So we have to call it as synchronous machine. Okay, and this generator which converts mechanical into electrical energy at a particular voltage and frequency, So this generator is also called it as, it comes under the concept of synchronous machine. Okay, which is considered the concept of synchronous machine, and the machine generating AC EMF known as synchronous generator or alternator. Any doubts? Again I will repeat, the other name of synchronous generator is alternator or AC generator. Okay, So this synchronous generator, it is the rotating machine or it is a electrical machine that converts mechanical energy into electrical energy at a fixed speed by a supply frequency and number of poles. Fixed frequency and number of poles. Difference between DC generator and alternator. Okay, the generator will be operated by a DC supply is known as DC generator. Okay, the generator will be operated by will be operated by DC supply is known as DC generator. Here field is stationary, armature is rotating. Okay, field is stationary, another one is armature will be a rotating part. Okay, but in AC generator, the generator which will be operated by AC supply. Okay, AC supply, that is known as alternator or AC generator. Here field is rotating, armature is stationary. Okay, field is rotating, another one is armature is stationary. So in DC generator there will be a commutator and brushes are available in DC, but in AC there is no commutator and brushes. Okay, no commutator and brushes. Okay, and this generator which will be produced very low voltage and installed at small domestic applications. Okay, but AC generator will produce very high voltage and installed at modern power stations. Modern power stations means it will be hydro, thermal or nuclear power stations, hydro, thermal or nuclear power stations. Okay, the DC generator will be very low voltage and installed at small domestic applications, but AC generator will have high voltages and installed at modern power stations. It is hydro, thermal or nuclear power stations. Okay, I understand. In DC generator what it is, field will be, field winding is stationary, armature is rotating. But here in AC the field is rotating, armature is stationary, just opposite. Here only commutator and brushes are available, but in AC there is no commutator and brushes. Okay, next. Now what is the role of synchronous generator in hydro power station? You see, this is the hydro power station. So in hydro you can take this any one dam. Okay, any one dam, and here you see, okay, here you see this is a dam. Okay, the water will be stored in the dam at the top layer in the mountain, and there will be a penstock will be there. Okay, so here shutters are there. Once they release the shutters, okay, the water will be flow from top to bottom through the penstock. Okay, through the penstock. So this water will be get inside the, here it will be a, this is nothing but turbine. Okay, this is a turbine, and this turbine which will be coupled with generator. You see, this is a generator. Okay, this generator is nothing but a synchronous generator. It is an alternator. Okay, so this both are coupled together. The shaft of this turbine and shaft of this generator are coupled together. Okay, this point is called coupling. Okay, so based upon this water pressure flow inside the turbine. Okay, so this turbine will converts, okay, will converts force energy into a mechanical energy. Okay, the generator will converts mechanical into electrical energy. So this generator which connected with through powerhouse. Okay, you powerhouse, and through powerhouse there will be a transformer will be there. So whatever the energy will be converted, which will be transferred to the transformer, this transformer will step up or step down, and which will be transferred to the transmission lines. You see, it will be transferred to transmission lines. Okay, so the role of this generator here, it is nothing but our AC generator, synchronous generator, which will be used in power stations. Okay, so the capacity of this generators are 6.6 kilowatt to 33 kilowatt. Okay, normally in our country a biggest generator which will be used in power station, thermal power station, is 500 megavolt ampere. Okay, 500 megavolt ampere they are using. Then what is the role of synchronous generator in thermal power stations? Okay, here in thermal, the coal is the input. Okay, through conveyor we are putting the coal in the mill and it will transfer to the boiler. Okay, so this boiler will heat by using the heating system. It will be heat this coal and which converts into steam. Okay, so that steam will be transferred to the condenser. Through the condenser it will be transferred through the generators. Okay, it will be transferred to the turbine, because here turbine will be there. Okay, the turbine will convert a heat energy into mechanical energy. Okay, because steam is a heat energy, this turbine will convert heat energy into mechanical energy. So through the turbine, because turbine is connected with the generator, so this generator will convert mechanical into electrical. So through electrical it will be transferred to the transformer. So transformer which will be transfer the electrical energy through the transmission lines. This is the transmission tower. Through transmission lines which will be transfer. Okay, so in power stations the alternator will be connected with turbine. Okay, this is my alternator. Turbine will be there. Okay, this is a turbine which is having the blades. Okay, this is my turbine. This turbine shaft will be connected with a generator. Okay, so this turbine will convert heat energy into mechanical energy. Generator will convert mechanical into electrical energy. Okay, generator will convert mechanical into electrical energy. So once it will be generated the electrical energy, it will be transferred to the transformer. Okay, this is a transformer which we are seeing here. Okay, transformer, this transformer will be step up or step down, which will be transferred to the transmission lines. Okay, this is the process. Are you understand? Are you understand this diagram? Any doubts in a role? This one also you have. Are you understand this hydropower station? Hydropower station, are you understand? Okay, construction. This alternator consists of two main parts, namely stator and rotor. Okay, two main parts, namely stator and rotor. And this stator is the stationary part. Okay, rotor is the rotating part. Stator is the stationary part, rotor is the rotating part. And it carries only armature winding in which voltage is generated. Okay, the output of the machine is taken from the stator only, since the rotor is rotating movement. This stator, this is a diagram of stator. It will be a circle type, and this circle called as a stator frame. Okay, this circle, call it as, it is the cover, it is a frame. Okay, inside there will be a slots will be there. Okay, this one, call it as a armature slot, and the shape of this line, call it as stator core. Okay, so inside only, in the stator core inside we have to place armature slot. This is the armature slot. The armature slots are placed in the inside the stator core. Okay, this circle called it as armature slot. Okay, and you see this diagram. Okay, it is a clear view diagram. Okay, so in this diagram, slot will be there. This is armature slot will be there, and this slot is made up of insulating lining, and this line called as a tooth. Okay, which will be covered, which will be connected between the two core. Okay, two stator core which will be covered. These slots are made up of a copper conductor. Okay, normally the stator consists of frame. Okay, the frame is having, stator core having, and stator windings are also be there. Here only the windings are there, and a cooling arrangement. Okay, normally this frame is made up of a iron material. Okay, it is made up of a iron material cast iron material for small size machine, and for large size they are using welded steel material. Welded steel material. Okay, for cast iron they are using for small machine. For welded steel they are using for large machines. Okay, large size machine. Now in order to reduce a losses, that is nothing but hysteresis and eddy current losses in the winding arrangement, this stator core is assembled with silicon steel silicon steel lamination. Okay, why stator core is made up of silicon steel lamination means to eliminate the eddy current losses. Okay, to eliminate the eddy current and the hysteresis losses. Okay, so when the current is flows, here only you have to apply the current. When the current flows in the stator core, that is winding. Okay, because the windings are equally distributed. Okay, the flux will be produced in this cores. Okay, in this core. Okay, that is the concept of stator. But when you come to the rotor, this rotor is having two parts. One is salient pole, another one is cylindrical rotor type. Okay, the rotor is construction is classified into two types. One is salient pole structure, another one is cylindrical rotor type structure. Okay, first we will see the salient pole. This is the diagram of salient pole structure. Okay, the salient pole is having the major parts. You see the shape. This is a shape. Okay, inside there will be shaft will be there, and the rotor it will be called as the shape. It will be like this. Okay, it will be like this. Okay, and this shape it's called it as, it's having in left, and for every shape there will be a field winding will be there. Okay, when both left and right there will be a field windings are placed, and inside there will be a damper bars are available. Okay, damper bars are available. Okay, damper bars to, that is only to damp out for oscillations from the machine. Okay, oscillation from the machine. Damper bars will be used for oscillation. During when the oscillation will be taken place, there will be a sudden change in supply voltage or load conditions. Okay, then only these oscillations will be taken place. Okay, and the air gap between the rotor to stator, because here only stator will be there, so between the air gap should be uniform. Okay, the air gap should be uniform, and as well as in this damper bars there will be a, this type of shape is there, right? We can say it will be a pole body, or we can say it will be a pole face. Okay, so the shape of this top layer call it as pole face. Okay, and inside we can call it as pole body. Okay, pole body. And here you see, so there are how many types of shapes are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so there are 6 poles are there, so we have to say it will be a poleless 6 pole machine, that is P equal to 6. Okay, P equal to 6. Okay, and you see this another structure. Okay, can you please tell me anyone how many poles are available in this picture? Can anyone tell me how many poles are available in this picture? In the second diagram, this is figure 1. This is figure number 4. Okay, 4. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is number of poles will be 4. Okay, number of pole will be 4. Okay, and this salient pole means it will be projecting the salient pole machines consist of pole projecting out from the surface of the rotor. Okay, the pole will be projected outwards from the surface of the rotor. Since the rotor is subjected to changing the magnetic field, because of this there will be a thin steel laminations or made up of to make this pole. Okay, the poles are made up of same silicon steel laminations. Okay, thin steel lamination. Okay, thin silicon steel laminations. Why they are using the very thin silicon steel laminations means to eliminate the eddy current losses. Okay, to eliminate eddy current losses. And the diameter of this salient pole is also be very large. Okay, the diameter is large. Diameter is large. Okay, this is salient pole. The theory is available here. You can go through this theory. Next one, cylindrical pole structure. Okay, normally the cylindrical pole structure is other name call it as, which will be used for non-salient pole structure. Non-salient pole rotor machine. Non-salient pole rotor. Okay, the cylindrical rotor is another name called as non-salient pole rotor, and this rotor is one of the smooth. It consists of smooth cylinder type structure, smooth cylindrical type structure. And you see this diagram. Okay, this is one of the smooth cylindrical structure. And you see in first, in this diagram call it as, okay, this first one call it as, how many poles in this first diagram? Can anyone tell me? In first diagram here, it will be very smooth structure. The poles are 1 2 3 4. Okay, so here 1 2 3 4. Okay, this is 4 pole. This is how many slots? 4 slots. Okay, 4 slots are there. So the poles are P equal to how much? How many poles here?
2.
Yeah, this one combination is called it as one pole. Okay, this another combination is called it as another pole. So total 2. Okay, so total 2. And here you see 1 2 3 4. So here this is one pole, second, third, fourth. So total P equal to 4. Okay, so this is the structure. Okay, in your internals, if you ask, sketch the 2-pole and the 4-pole cylindrical rotor, means immediately you have to draw this diagram. For 2-pole you have to draw, 4-pole you have to draw. Okay, this is the slot, the same diagram which we are representing in different manner. Okay, which connected with the shaft. Okay, no doubt in that, which connected in the shaft. And here this cylindrical rotor, okay, this rotor is made up of a material called high grade nickel chrome molybdenum steel material. Molybdenum steel material. Okay, here the rotor is made up of, okay, because it is a cylindrical rotor, so this rotor is made up of high grade nickel molybdenum steel material. Since this one called as distributed type, okay, since it is called as a distributed type, and why we are using this material means, which is usually there will be very much less loss. Okay, less losses are available compared to salient core structure, and this rotor will create only less noise, will create less noise. Okay, and where they are using the cylindrical rotor, which will be used in, which will be used in to run steam or gas turbines. Okay, to run steam or gas turbines. Okay, for that purpose they are operating this cylindrical rotor. Okay, the theory is available, okay, you can go through the same content only explain. Applications, this three-phase synchronous generator, which is normally many advantages in generation, transmission and distribution. Okay, so where they are, because it is very big type of generators which is normally used in nuclear, thermal power stations, hydro power stations for generating the voltages. Okay, the synchronous generator ratings which they are using in power stations are 100 megavolt ampere. Okay, 100 megavolt ampere, and in thermal power stations they are operating 500 megavolt ampere, 500 megavolt ampere, and the design, the voltage ratings to operate this megavolt ampere, they are giving 6.6 kilowatt to 33 kilovolt. Okay, so the operating voltage for this generators, the operating voltage for AC generators or alternator is 6.6 kilovolt to 33 kilovolt. Okay, 33 kilowatt. And the rating of generator used in power stations from 100 megavolt ampere to 500 megavolt ampere. But nowadays, they in hydros they are using 1000 megavolt also. They are operating 1000 megavolt ampere. Okay, so any doubts, students? You have any doubts? Thank you.